Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. My name is Connor. In this video, I have another airdrop farming guide for you, but it's important to understand airdrop farming is not what it used to be. Most of these protocols, most of these projects in crypto, they tease the idea of an airdrop and then it's very underwhelming. However, there are a very few amount of projects, a select amount of projects that are actually worth farming at this moment in time going into 2026. And the main one worth farming is Polymarket. Polymarket is huge. They just partner with X. Elon Musk, he bought Twitter, it's now X. They partner with X and it is massive. And there's the potential for them to do an airdrop. I'll be explaining the full thesis in this video and show you how to actually farm it. Let's get into it. So Polymarket is a predictions market. It's a gambling platform, okay? So with that being said, I do not condone gambling, and this video is not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. And also, there's no guarantee of an airdrop. They've actually actively denied an airdrop, but we've seen with my previous airdrop guides throughout the years now, we've gotten paid thousands and thousands of dollars of these airdrops when the team said earlier they wouldn't actually do an airdrop. Okay, so everybody says they won't do an airdrop, but they typically end up actually giving one. So also Polymarket, as we can see here, joined forces with X only June 6th, 5 days ago. So we can read this tweet here from the official X account saying we're joining forces with Polymarket as our official prediction market partner. So this is huge. Now this is what Polymarket looks like. Before I show you how to use it, let's get into the thesis on why they potentially may do a huge airdrop and reward the users that are using this platform. Let's go into the presentation. So the Polymarket Airdrop Guide, the hidden opportunity of 2025. This is how to position yourself for one of the highest EV plays in crypto at the current moment in time. So what makes a good airdrop opportunity? So we want to look for protocols with low competition, hard to farm mechanics, right? You can't just bot it. You can't bot a bunch of transactions, things like that. It's hard to farm. And there's also no social consensus or hype, right? Polymarket, it is kind of popular, but not for an airdrop. It's popular because people like to bet on things. They like to bet on sports. They like to bet on who's going to win the election. And on Polymarket, it's a prediction market for like everything in the world, okay? And we'll get into why that's important, because if you have a niche specialized set of knowledge in one little field out there, you can bet on it with Polymarket and you can make money even if they don't do an airdrop, but we'll explain that as we go through the presentation. But this is what we want to look for a good airdrop opportunity. So why does Polymarket fit this mold? So Polymarket checks all three of those boxes. Most traders are ignoring it. Real risk is required. You need to deposit money into the platform and actually place bets if you're going to get an airdrop. Okay, you can't passively use Polymarket. You actually have to use it. And also, there's no guides or farming, there's nobody really talking about a Polymarket airdrop, right? So yeah, it does fit all these boxes, right? There's very little social consensus or hype. It's hard to farm. You actually need to bet money, and it's low competition. Most people are just ignoring the thing altogether. Okay, so it has laughably low competition in terms of being at the top of the leaderboard if they were to do an airdrop. Okay, so only $670 a month in market volume is needed to stand out as a top user with high volume on their platform. $670 a month. It might seem like a lot, but it's actually not that much at all, okay? So very few consistent users are pushing size into Polymarket, okay? Sometimes people will do a random off bet and never touch it again. So it's very rare someone is actually pushing consistent money into the Polymarket platform. And also it's easy to rank among the top contributors. Like I said, you don't need that much monthly volume to really stand out. So the competition is very low, but it does require real skin in the game, right? So Polymarket, that's what PM stands for. The Polymarket markets are binary. Okay, either you win or you lose. It's 1 or 0. So that means if you bet on something, if you put $100 in and you lose that $100. There's real risk. There's real skin in the game. Just like Hyperliquid, right? You had to trade on Hyperliquid and you would have gotten an airdrop of hundreds of thousands of dollars. But you still had to trade. You had to place risk on the platform with real money. Okay, it's the same thing here. And also you must commit capital to your own opinion. All right, you got to bet on something. There's no room for wash trading or spam tactics because it's binary. Okay, you either bet or you don't. All right, so you can't do all the little shady tactics that a lot of airdrop farmers do, setting up automation bots and all this type of stuff. Polymarket naturally has defense against that. Also, there's no public farming meta out there, right? There's very little Twitter threads, if any. There's very little YouTube guides, if any. And there's definitely no mass attention around a Polymarket airdrop, okay? So this is a huge edge for early movers. You might be asking, Connor, why are you making a guide then, right? Wouldn't it dilute the airdrop for you by making this guide? Well, yeah, but also these videos get like 1,000 views tops, and maybe 10% of people will actually go ahead and farm the airdrop. So I'm really not worried. I think there's enough pie for everyone to eat, basically. Okay, so here we go. No token does not equal no airdrop, right? So like I said, Polymarket said that there's no token for now. Just like every other protocol out there, they said there's no token. Countless protocols made similar claims before launching, and they all launched an airdrop token. So there's a high chance of a retroactive reward despite the public denial from Polymarket itself. That's why I think there's going to be an airdrop for Polymarket. Okay? So why do they actually need to tokenize? Why do they need to make a crypto token? Because if they were going to, IPO a stock in the United States, it will be heavily blocked by all the regulators, all the regulations in place by the SEC, CFTC, right? They wouldn't let that happen, okay? So also KYC is off the table, right? They don't want to make their users KYC. If they were going to IPO, they had to KYC all their users. They're not doing that. It's no KYC. Okay, so that means a token is the only viable path for investors to exit that invested into the Polymarket platform early. The only way for them to have a way out to get their money back is through a token. So what if Polymarket is acquired by a different company and that would be the exit? It's very unlikely because it's a very competitive industry, right? There's big competitors out there. So acquisition is quite unlikely, meaning that the token, like we wrote here, is the only viable path for an investor exit. And even without a token, even without an airdrop, you can make money on Polymarket, right? There's 0 fees. And if you're right, you can win a lot of money. And it's high EV trading even if no airdrop ever comes. Because if you bet, right? Sometimes there's a very obvious bet to take and you can go with the house and essentially clean house. So yeah, you can earn by being right. And if you have an eye for this type of stuff, you can really do extremely well. Okay, so the final verdict is Polymarket is the top protocol to farm going into 2026. It's extremely low key. It's skill based, and it's a high barrier to entry to farm because you need to deposit money, right? This is real money. And also the potential airdrop with asymmetric upside, okay? So that's the overall thesis on the Polymarket airdrop. Hope you guys enjoyed that little presentation. So now that we know a little bit more about Polymarket, let's actually show you how to use the platform. This is polymarket.com. I will leave the link to it in the description down below. As far as my knowledge goes, there is no affiliate links with Polymarket at this moment in time, okay? So when you get to the website, the first thing you will need to do is create an account. Make sure you're on a VPN. All right, there's a lot of restricted countries and you can check the list, but I recommend connecting to a country that is not banned by Polymarket. This way your account will not get restricted. That's very, very important. All right, so turn on the VPN, go to polymarket.com. Once you're here, hit sign up in the top right corner. All right, you can use an email address or you can use a DeFi wallet. I'm going to show you how to use a DeFi wallet, particularly the MetaMask wallet. So I'm going to click on the MetaMask icon here. And it's going to request a signature. Make sure you're on the wallet that you want to use. All right. And go ahead and confirm the transaction and sign it. All right. Now we can create a username. So you can make the username whichever you like. Let's make the username here Crypto Empire. It's not taken. That's perfect. All right. And we want to check this box to make sure that we're not located in a restricted jurisdiction, of course, right? All right, so now you will need to put in an email if you want to. I'll hit do this later for now. So log in and create an account with your wallet, name your account, and then it's going to be time to deposit funds into your account, okay? So here, this is your deposit address. You can just click on that to copy it. All right. And what I recommend you do, what you have to do is you have to send in USDC coin on the Polygon Matic network. Okay. So if you don't have money on the Matic network, you can use a cross-chain swapping DeFi project such as Treble Swap. You can use any of them. You can use, Layer 0. You can use Orbiter 1, whatever. But you can bridge from all these different networks to USDC on Polygon. Okay? So once you have USDC on Polygon, you're just going to want to copy your wallet address and then send your USDC in. That's how you fund your wallet. All right? And I'll show you here. I just sent in a deposit, and I'll show you this. I don't care, right? I've used this platform before. I lost a bet for $2,500. Yeah, it happens. But anyways, so once you send in your deposit, right, to your address, it will say confirm pending deposit. Okay, so I've already sent it in. So let's confirm the pending deposit. Click on this. It says activate your funds. I just sent in $352. So we'll continue. And now we sign a transaction. The funds are available to trade, and we click on start trading. All right, so now we can see our portfolio. This is the amount of cash we can use, and we can also see our net profit and loss. Basically, in the past, I bet on this dude Pierre winning the Canadian election, but he didn't win. So yeah, I lost $2,500 there. If they do an airdrop though, I'll get that money back. But anyways, yeah, this is the Polymarket platform. This is one of the accounts that I have currently, and I think you can make multiple accounts, and you can farm this on multiple accounts if that's what you want to do. All right, long story short, this is a betting platform. It's a prediction market. You can bet on any world event. For example, you can look at what's trending right now, and the NBA Finals is trending, a US recession, a lot of stuff about the situation between Iran and Israel right now, people betting on this, okay? I really don't condone gambling at all, and I don't think it's right to bet on war, but if you want to, if you have insider knowledge on the subject or something like that, you can for sure, utilize that to your advantage. Okay, so for example, we can look at, let's keep it related to sports. We can bet on who is going to win the NBA Finals. As you can see, the majority are betting on the Oklahoma City Thunder. What's important to note with this particular market, or the entire Polymarket platform, is you're buying the yes or no shares or tokens essentially. So you're buying, if you want to say that Oklahoma City is going to beat the Pacers, you're buying yes at 81 cents. The max you can make is a 19-cent gain, because if they win, you'll sell the tokens for $1 that you're buying for 81 cents. So if you buy yes for the Pacers, you're buying it at 19 cents. It would be a 5x to $1, meaning that you have a plus 500 odds. So I hope that makes sense with the odds and how much you actually win. Okay, so if you bet on the Pacers, there's a 19% chance you'll win right now, and you'll be able to sell the tokens if they win for $1 each. Now, if the Pacers go up 3-2 and they win the next game, the Indiana Pacers are probably going to jump up to like 50%. You'll be able to cash out of the shares you bought here at 19 cents or tokens at 19 cents at 50 cents if you want, and you can take that, 120% gain or so, instead of waiting for the entire finals to finish and potentially lose the bet altogether, or you would make the 5x originally from 19 cents to $1. Hope that makes sense. That's how every single prediction market works here on Polymarket. The odds are constantly fluctuating. That means that the price that you pay, or the price that you can sell at, the market price is also constantly fluctuating. That's what makes this market so unique compared to every other betting platform out there. It's live odds constantly changing. So in this video, I went over the full thesis on how to farm the Polymarket Airdrop. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you let me know by smashing the like button down below. And if you are not subscribed to Crypto Empire yet, go ahead right now and smash the subscribe button down below and turn on all the notifications so you don't miss any future videos. And my name is Connor from Crypto Empire, and I'll see you in the next video.